this is the way to subscribe. Ugh. What does dressing up like the Mandalorian have to do with today's movie review? Nothing at all. Was it expensive? Hell yes. So much so, not only I'll wear it for Halloween, I'm gonna wear it for Thanksgiving and Christmas. Hi, I'm Anthonix Maximus, bitching to you about movies because it's hot in here. It's my favorite time of year, Halloween. And I have a special movie for you, Monster Squad. Okay, you knew that. You saw the thumbnail, right? Okay. Look, I just want to talk about the movie, so I'm just gonna dive right in. The Monster Squad is a 1987 horror comedy that is in no relation to the 1976 short-lived TV series of the same name. Yeah, that one features wax figure statues of monsters that actually come alive and fight evil. Yeah! This film was actually written and directed by Fred Decker, and also co-written by Shane Black from Lethal Weapon and Iron Man 3. Released by TriStar, this film was easily compared to The Goonies. And yeah, I can actually see this being a cash grab. And instead of kids thwarting robbers, this one's actually about a bunch of sexist, homophobic kids versus the Universal monsters. Oops. For legal reasons, we have to just say monsters. Yep, we do get those monsters, but thanks to restrictions from Universal Studios, there are slight differences. For example, Frankenstein's monster doesn't have the bolts on his neck, they're up on his temples. The Wolfman doesn't really look as much as a wolf as he does, well, a Catman, more specifically like Beast from X-Men First Class. And the creature from the Black Lagoon has to be referred to as Gillman. So the hell with it, let's just start the film. Oh, that's fun. Scrolling words up on a screen. At least with Star Wars, you actually get John Williams playing some music in the background. And it really makes no sense to even have the word scroll, considering we're about to see what happens. What did they do to Pennywise? Ugh. Which one? Okay, for as much gripe that I'm gonna give this movie, I always have to hand it to Stan Winston when it comes to creature design. Except for in some cases in this film. Seriously, I've seen more realistic bats on Sesame Street with The Count. And now Van Helsing is trying to stop the amulet, which we're going to call the film's MacGuffin. The MacGuffin. The one driving force of the film that everyone is after. And that is our intro to the film. Van Helsing failing. You thought he looked like Hugh Jackman, didn't you? And here we meet some of our young protagonists. They're in detention.
You draw pictures during Mrs. Carlson's science class when you're supposed to be paying attention.
Do principals have that kind of time of day to be dealing with kids drawing in class?
Tell me about it. He was touching me, patting my shoulders and stuff. I think I was fully homoing out.
Our heroes.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our show. Tonight's question, what makes a fat kid fat?
Boredom and depression. Oh, you were asking him. Sorry. Well, I expect that from Jason Hervey. After all, he's Wayne Arnold from The Wonder Years.
At least I don't have a stupidity problem.
Did you say what'd you say?
Oh, wow. The 6-letter F word.
I guess I must have a stupidity problem.
Wait a minute. And that boy in the dark hair is Adam Carl. The not Corey Feldman from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze. Okay, if it was anyone else riding up on a bicycle in a schoolyard, he'd still be some middle school loser. But since he's wearing a leather jacket, he's a cool guy. These new Snicker commercials are getting really aggressive.
Gary Truman guy. Sean, he gives me the creeps.
He's just a dude on welfare.
Him being on welfare really had nothing to do with anything, but yeah, sure.
I'm gonna check it out.
And for whatever reason, Dracula is waiting to now to come back to enact his revenge. Not sure how the pilot didn't get sucked out of the plane, but whatever.
Come on.
Rudy, are you gonna listen or look out the window?
I told you didn't want to be on the club.
Nothing says a family film like underage boys being perverts.
Second way to kill a vampire.
I give up.
Seriously though, if he's such a cool guy, why does it matter to him if he's part of the club or not?
And two, is Frankenstein the name of the monster or the guy who made him?
The guy.
Right.
Okay, stop right there. Stop. I'm sorry. I am sorry. I need to address this. I need to address this right now. This has been always a thing that's kind of pissed me off. This is going to be a bit of a hot take on my own personal opinion, but Frankenstein can be the name of the monster. Hear me out. I've seen a lot of snobby horror aficionados try to say Frankenstein is the name of Dr. Frankenstein, not the monster, but Frankenstein can be both Dr. Frankenstein and the monster. This can be true in the same way as, well, there's two ways of looking at it. You can look at it as Dr. Frankenstein wanted to create a surrogate son for himself, right? So wouldn't it stand to be the reason that the monster would take on his name? Okay, let's say, for example, your father's name is Mr. Maxwell, and he has a kid. Inherently, by transition of name, the kid's last name would also be Maxwell, right? So it would stand to reason that it's the same thing for Dr. Frankenstein to have a son who would also be a Frankenstein. And okay, fine. Let's just kind of go the other route and say Dr. Frankenstein wasn't creating a son, but was just making a scientific experiment. Well, Henry Ford gave us the Ford automobile, and we refer to those automobiles as a Ford. So when you're driving around, you're not saying, I'm driving around Henry Ford's automobile. I'm driving around in a Ford. So yes, Frankenstein's monster can be named Frankenstein, and that is my hot take. Yes, we get it, kid. Stephen King rules. And we get it, filmmakers. You love horror movie icons.
Oh, I got that for you today at Jane Burge's garage sale.
Abraham Van Helsing, this is great!
The guys and me, we're maybe gonna go see Groundhog Day Part 12 tonight.
What, Groundhog Day Part 12? I didn't know there were that many movies. I just saw the first one.
He always returns from the grave. If they blew him up, put his head in a blender, and mailed the rest of the pieces to Norway, he would still return from the grave.
That was Part 7.
Okay, now I really want to see all these alleged Bill Murray Groundhog movies. Sounds like he jumped the shark.
So where are you two going tonight?
Marriage counselor.
Again?
To the credit of the 80s, this is where we actually start seeing parents having marital difficulties. Yeah, it can all be June and Ward Cleaver, can it?
Can you reschedule that appointment? Honey, I'm a cop, okay? You knew that when you bought the package.
I mean, come on. He kind of has a point. You don't want your husband to be out and about? Don't marry a cop. Oh, and now we see the Wolf Man before he becomes the Wolf Man.
I'm a werewolf! I'm a werewolf!
I just torched a building downtown and I'm afraid I'll do it again.
Oh, yeah, right. I'll just type it up on my invisible typewriter.
I didn't know Jeffree Star was in this film.
Well, something funny. What I meant.
Mac and me, you can have your McDonald's. This movie gets Burger King. Oh, good, sure, why not? Go ahead and rip off Friday the 13th as well. Yeah, real subtle Dracula. And so now, because Dracula had to disguise himself with his name backwards, Sean assembles the Monster Squad to investigate all the other craziness going on that night.
I think this book might be important. Look, it's Van Helsing's diary. My mom said they found an old house on Shadowbrook Road. It's all in German. My sister takes German in high school.
You boys may be going through puberty, but...
Sister doesn't speak German. All she does is hang around and let guys touch her tits.
Sister wouldn't happen to live next door, would she?
You're a bunch of sluts.
How does that dog get up here anyway?
No, that's a legit question.
Van Helsing's diary is missing. I want you to retrieve it for me.
Okay, maybe I was a little mistaken. I suppose the diary is the MacGuffin of the film.
Gentlemen, I'd just like to say 3 words. Scary German guy.
That's any German guy.
Your time, thank you.
I expect you boys thought I was some kind of monster myself.
Oh, well, if they just need a virgin to read from the book while holding the amulet, then they can just go to the New York Comic Con. Yeah, you like that? You like how in the last video I went to Comic Con, and then this video I just insulted everyone who went to Comic Con? It's what I do. Oh, the little girl made friends with Frankenstein, just like the little girl made friends with Frankenstein in the original movie. See what I mean? They did a slight change of style for Frankenstein. This Frankenstein looks like Tom Brady in 20 years.
Focus. Focus.
The Monster Squad, where Frankenstein's monster peeps in on a teenage girl.
Scary.
You're not scary. The monsters from Big Bad Beetleborgs are more scary. Kind of weird how both MacGuffins are just that easy to find in a random town. Oh, montage. Kids in school, making silver bullets, playing dress up with Frankenstein. This is one horny ass movie. So while Dracula is getting himself 3 wives because, you know, he practices polygamy, Wolfman is warning Cop Dad that his son's life is in danger.
He's gonna kill your son!
And now this boy is asking his sister if she's a virgin so she can help them. Oh.
You guys are sick. Guess what? Fox Photos got a 2-for-1 deal this week,
And now they're blackmailing her with photos. Seriously, who are the monsters in this movie? And now our heroes are breaking and entering into Dracula's home. He'll be fine. And here's the classic line.
Wolfman's got nards.
Cool. Thanks for answering the question that nobody asked.
10 o'clock. They're late.
Maybe the monsters got them.
Why is he the cool guy? This movie's kind of like the lazy Goonies, isn't it? Garlic pizza. And of course the fat kid has it.
see you later, Band-Aid breath.
The Mummy never scared me as a monster, but come on, give it a bit more respect than just unraveling it. Or at very least, bring in Brendan Fraser. Not the treehouse. Now how are those boys going to watch that teenage girl get undressed so they can blackmail her later? To this film's credit, at least Cop Dad is actually competent here, unlike Bella's dad in those Twilight movies. Yes, I've seen the Twilight films.
Ik bitte Gert Schein. Gabby, really, you should read it. He's not a virgin, you stupid. Did you ask him?
That's a good point. Why did they feel the need to ask for a female virgin? I'm sure any of those boys would have been helpful. And the dad shot a bat. Oh no, it's Catman! Kids, why do you hate Wolfman's crotch so much? And as Wolfman pulls himself back together, we discover the truth.
You're not a virgin, are you? No? No, what do you mean, no? Well, Steve, but he doesn't count! Doesn't count!
Slut shaming? That's right, an explosion does nothing to Wolfman, but a silver bullet will kill him. Because science, shut up.
Is she a virgin?
She? A virgin?
Yes.
Five-year-old girl in question of virginity should not even be a thing. Sake movie. Virgin Girls, brought to you by Burger King. How to get the love of the bullies? Hold a rifle up, and thus is the birth of the NRA.
Give me the amulet, you bitch!
Holy shit! Oh, that language! To that little girl! Oh, jeez. Oh, maybe I might have cracked up about it years ago, but as I'm older, that's just... that little girl. He just called that bitch a bitch.
I was never on set when they shot that. I did not know that that happened until I saw the movie.
Fun fact. This is actually the first time that the little girl actress actually saw Dracula in full makeup. So this scream is actually genuine. That's so kind of Tommy Wiseau to save her. Oh, and Sean stabs Dracula with the stake, and Van Helsing is back for his revenge. And you just know Van Helsing is gonna take all the credit for it. And all the monsters got taken away, including Frankenstein. Sure, the family was starting to fall apart and the marriage was rocky, but the threat of imminent death just brings everyone together. Thanks for your help.
Who are you?
We're the Monster Squad.
And that was The Monster Squad. A film that critics liked but didn't do so well in theaters. But because it did come out decades ago, and by the power of rose-tinted nostalgia goggles, it became a cult classic. So much so that the cast even had a reunion. And there were plans for a remake by Michael Bay's Platinum Dunes. We've seen how he's treated Nightmare on Elm Street. It's probably for the best that Michael Bay didn't touch the remake. Otherwise, the boys would have been twice as horny, and the girls would have been slutty and sweaty. I don't have much more to say. You know the routine. I'm Anthonix Maximus. Please like and subscribe, ring the bell to check out some more videos. I'm just gonna sit here and have some candy. What, you think I'm gonna let the rapper get in the way?
I'm just a big kid because Sean, Patrick, I think science is cool.
After just got through finishing recording, I realized I didn't say enough. What more can I say? It's a good film. I rag on it because some of the lines in it did not age well, and I make fun of Adam Carl because, you know, he's one of the bullies and throwing around fat shaming and the homophobic F word, but it's It's not like the teen actors wrote the script, right? So at least they're portrayed as realistic kids. I do like the fact that the families are realistic as well, dealing with real family issues. That's the train going on in the background. I wanted to have recorded more Halloween movies this month, but it's always a tricky month because it's the same month as Comic-Con, so I had to do that. And I also work on the side, so it does make it tough. Choosing what I was going to review for my one Halloween film was tough. But I always wanted to review Monster Squad, so glad I got that out of the way. I almost was going to review Nightmare on Elm Street, the original one, the good one. But, I don't think you're ready for Freddy. I don't think you're ready for Freddy. I don't think you're ready for Freddy because my body is just really, really tired.